Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Woodford's Toasted Bourbon story. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Agley, along with our special guests, Tim Swaya and Darren McCroy.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey all.
Hey, so yeah, we may have been in this game long enough now. We're starting to get into the repeats. It's like, it's like summers in the TV business. In the bourbon business, we're now into the repeats. The screwed up thing, we tasted it. It's delicious. We're going to release it. Yeah, we'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
I need to know, what is the dumbest, accidental, but not such an accidental way that you've injured yourself? Because you caused this to happen to yourself, but you didn't mean to injure yourself. And
right.
It's not major. It's just very dumb. Like maybe you walked away with some bruises. Because I have a very dumb story about myself.
Oh. So it can't be life-threatening bad? It just has to be.
We didn't go to the ER. We didn't need stitches.
Oh,
But it was
that illuminates
dumb.
two good ones. I have two good ones, but I had to go to the ER.
You're going to have to take it out. No.
Well, okay. You maybe can share them.
Because they're humiliating, and it's fantastic.
Okay, well,
so
right.
It was 7th grade year, and it was time for the roller skating unit in school.
Sure,
so
the roller skating unit. We've all been there.
We've all been there. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so I was skating around, and I was a pretty good skater. Even
sure.
I'd been skating since I was like 6, 7.
Well, your hits definitely give it away, Darren, that you were a hell of a skater.
Yeah.
It's your hits, I can tell.
Yeah. So there was this girl in the gym class that I was trying to impress. And so I started skating around her, going forwards, and like just tried to talk to her and show off and all of this. And I'm trying to be all cool in 7th grade. And then I fall and break my arm.
But you rubbed it off. You shook it off, didn't you?
You just rubbed
and she would never even sign my cask.
Your cask. Your cask.
Wow.
You had a bourbon cask? Oh.
Yeah, so I broke my arm.
Cast.
And then the other one, I was playing football at Faroe Field, which is where Mizzou plays football.
Sure.
And it was me and my buddy, and he was twice my size in every way and direction. And I was like, you know what's a good idea? I'm going to run through him instead of around him, and he won't be able to tackle me. He was able to tackle me. He picked me up and then slammed me down on my collarbone, broke my collarbone, got up, my shoulder was hanging low, and I was like, I think I broke my collarbone. He's like, I don't think so. I had to go to the hospital for that one. But
walk it off.
Yeah.
Just walk it off. Yeah. You should have walked it off.
Both times, if I would have used a brain cell, probably wouldn't have broken a bone. And then I would have no broken bones. It'd be perfect.
Was there alcohol involved with these decisions? Not the 7th grade one.
Neither one.
Nope.
The first one was completely sober. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning.
In 7th grade.
That would help my case here, Tim.
Well, you have a hell of a high tolerance of pain if you're not, oh, his shoulder looks a little off.
Yeah. One time, my dad, when it was his first day of vacation, my dad famously was a workaholic, loved to work, and but he's on vacation, and we're hanging out in the pool, and then we go to get out of the pool, and my dad, going down the deck. The deck was elevated deck to get into the above ground pool, and then he hits the second from the bottom of the step. And my dad was a big guy, and it was cheap too, and so he hadn't replaced the wood, and the wood cracks, and my dad falls down. Ultimately, he sprained both ankles and one wrist. But when he hit the ground, he just started rolling. He was trying to roll it off, and I mean, he rolled like half of the distance of our yard, and then the only thing that stopped him was everyone has fenced in yards. If he could have got to Telegraph Road from our house, he'd have been fine. I feel, but he was stopped by the fences. He was
rolling forever. Nothing was stopping him.
He just started a barrel roll. I never saw anything. I didn't know what the fuck is going on.
Imagine being the people in your backyard. You just hear a thunk on your fence, and you're like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, you hear this wood crack, and then you hear the body hit the ground. It sounds like a bag of skin being dropped from an airplane as he hits the ground, and then it just starts rolling. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" It sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger in an action movie when he's hurt, but then of course it gets better. Arnold, but he's like, He's rolling. My mom comes running outside. What's going on? And she's like, "I'll call an ambulance." "Oh no, I'll be fine. Yeah. So then we take my dad, who's got these various injuries, and he doesn't want to call an ambulance. So we help walk. And my mom, I was, obviously pretty much taller than my dad. So my mom was like the size where he could lean on her and then get inside. And then it threw her back out. And then, so then I had two of them in fucking bed. They couldn't.
This is a whole chain of events.
They had this little bell, ding, 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 when they needed something. And my sister was never around. My sister, if I ever tell my life story, I have a sister who I, lived with. She's really not in the story. She's never around for anything. Anything involving my sister is not there. Just absent from her own family. So yeah, I had to wait on my parents. Yeah,
this was all by design. He actually intentionally fell down the hill, so you just wait on him for a day?
Maybe. Yeah, that was his vacation. He got waited on. Okay. Yeah, my dad was so proud, too, because my dad never missed a day of work. Famously never missed a day of work. Oh. And he was so happy that, and he was fucked up. He couldn't move and all this shit. But you know when he got better? When he had to go back to work the next Monday. He finally made the miracle recovery where he could get up and move, and he got into work. And, man, he was proud of that. He was like, I didn't miss a day of work. Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable.
Darren, if there's not a bell at the ABV Barrel Shop tomorrow morning, then you've missed out on this opportunity here.
Oh, that bell would be ringing.
You want to trigger old man anger? Here you go.
Oh, there it is.
My sister doesn't help for shit. We used to. My parents used to have yard work days, and this would happen every fucking time. So it's mandatory. Report out to the yard 9 a.m. Mandatory yard work day. It's the fall. You got to rake leaves. You got to, we're putting the cover in the pool. Whatever it is, you got to do all this shit. And my sister would get in some sort of fucking fight, start some sort of shit. My dad would just be like, "Get in your room! Get out of here! Go to your room now!" What the fuck? I want to go to my room. Send me to my room.
She knew exactly what she was doing. As a former teenage girl, you start some shit so that your parents are so sick of you they don't even want to look at you. She knew what she was doing. Yeah. She knew. So,
my dad sent her to her room. She's happy as can be.
She got exactly what she wanted.
Just go there and fucking read. She's fine. She's fine.
No, Steve, you didn't start the fights in the right way. You were just too good of a kid. Oh, yeah. No. I would do that shit. I would piss my mom off.
Bagging them. Yeah.
No. I would do things so wrong just to piss off my mom on purpose. So she'd be like, "You know what? It's better if I do it myself. Go away." Yeah. Getting sent away was the best.
Perfect. She knew. Perfect. Yeah. So my worst weird injury was one time I see a turtle. It's a busy road. And I thought I got to help that little guy, and I ran out of the car. And as I go to pick them up, I think someone shot me in my calf. It was just my calf muscle exploding. I had total pulled calf muscle. Never had anything like it before that or after that. I pulled my calf muscle, and I can't hardly move. I mean, I go from someone who's running to get this turtle to a cripple, and my idea was to dash and grab the turtle and dash and and all I did was I put up my hand like this. I'm putting up the stop hand because the traffic's coming. The traffic that I was trying to get to keep this turtle from is coming. I just put my hand up because I got to gimp my way across the road then to get off the road. I didn't even care. And I was, you know what? And I thought, you know what? If this son of a bitch is going to hit me, then he's going to hit me and this pain is over because my calf was killing me.
Take me.
Yeah, I'd have died with that turtle clutched in my hand. Yeah, I'd have been like, oh.
Von Meters would be so proud.
Oh, yeah.
Say Von Meters would love that.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. I got the turtle, and the key with the turtle is always take the turtle the way that they're going. Don't if they're like 3/4 of the way across there, and you're like, well, I'll grab them and I'll just put them on the safe side here. It's much safer on this side. No, you take him the way he's going because if not, it's a dick move. It's like I almost made it. I was 3/4 of the way there, you dick. Now you put me back there. Yeah.
It has to be wild to be a turtle. Like, do they think like the yellow lines are like the airport? Because if they get there and they wait long enough, the human is just going to go zonk. Looks like they're at the airport.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think they think that.
They do. I'll tell you what, though. They will go that same way. They'll turn around immediately. You put them on the other side of the road. They know. They're going somewhere. And they're just like, oh, fuck it. Now I got to go past this whole thing again.
Now I got to do this shit again?
Yeah.
It's like, bastard.
Yeah.
That's why you're not supposed to take turtles from the wild because they know their home range and they'll always be trying to go that way.
Do they go crazy if you put them in a crate after you?
Some have been known to, yes.
Some have been all over the place.
Oh, yeah. They just start throwing their feces.
It's not good what happens.
Yeah. It's just, ugh. The phrase you smell like a turtle cage is not.
Yeah, that happens at Von Nieder's house all the time. They're throwing poop at them and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't see them mate. Oh, the screaming that the males do when they're mating is ridiculous.
Oh, there's a video on YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
That's what they sound like.
Oh God, I gotta find it.
We'd be working at the zoo and we'd walk by the giant tortoises and all you'll hear is you'll see like 50 people standing around and you'll hear, here. Wait, someone take the kids. We gotta go watch the turtles. We're getting it on.
Take the kids.
Take the kids. Yeah. Shield the kids' eyes.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, Tim, weird injury?
So we all know the famous story of Tim rupturing his Achilles on a basketball court officiating a basketball game. We're going to talk about this one injury. We've already talked about a little bit before the recording tonight of after the general and I decided we're done with procreating, I decided to do my duty and did not realize that you have to relearn how to sit down. I cannot tell you how many times I've injured myself and had to get bags of ice because I sat on my nuts. It is a real problem in America that nobody talks about. And for the folks out there, send an email in, go to the abvnetwork.com, drop an email about your support for this, and we'll make a movement on this. This needs to be known.
Is this like, I have a question. So is this like you sit down wrong? Is it an instant like, oh God, you jump up? Or is it
oh
God, yes. Yeah. Yes. Like you convulse like you sat on something that shouldn't belong. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It is like, yes.
It's like getting kicked in the nuts, basically. You've seen people get kicked in the nuts. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. It's just you're doing it to yourself.
You did it to yourself.
You're sitting on your nuts, and it's the exact same feeling. So you've seen the reaction of people getting kicked in the nuts. Imagine just trying to sit down, and that's what it's like. Yeah.
You cannot get up fast enough because you know what's coming. Because when you, because you
your
learn
momentum
that,
usually carries
sitting
you
down.
Yeah,
stuff's not in the right place, and oh my God, that really hurt, and that's now numb. That's not supposed to feel that way.
No.
So you do learn over time, and then you learn to purchase better undergarment apparatuses that keep things in place.
You get the bullpen. The bullpen.
You get the bullpen. Yes.
Get the bullpen. Okay.
Blue Trading Company, future sponsor of Bourbon Daily.
Yeah, there you go. McNew, you said there's something that you have that's a weird injury. What is that?
Yeah, I just recently did it last weekend. So,
is this about when you killed that guy in the dental office?
I forgot.
This is the time when you hit the HOA person and the board member in the head with the shovel, you know?
Well, I mean, I want to do that, but no. We're getting our yard like summer ready. I was pressure washing the house because we get gunk from the pond or whatever.
The pressure washer.
So,
yeah.
Oh my God, McNew and a pressure washer. Oh, I wish there was a video.
I just listened to that show where she was talking about pressure washing. She did it one time, and we've heard about it 50 times. So,
so I was doing the house this time.
Okay.
But we also just mowed the yard, so like there's like loose grass everywhere, and they're on my feet because I'm barefoot because I don't like to wear shoes in the yard. And then I'm just kind of like,
dogs, shit everywhere.
No, you walk around it. So I'm just
between your toes.
No,
and then it's all squishy,
and they piss. They piss too. I don't like walking through piss.
Corner. They don't pee. They're boys. They go on a tree. They don't go in the yard. But no. So I was like, "There's grass on my feet," and I'm like, "Oh, I have water in my hand." Thinking it's like a hose.
Nope.
Pressure washed my feet, and the tops of my toes are bruised.
Whoa!
You got off easy,
McNew. Ruined the nail polish.
Yeah. No, do you know how painful that is? Like, it's stupid. Like, it's and I did 1 foot, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I didn't realize how fast it came out like that, and I'm like, the tops of my toes are bruised now because I'm an idiot. So, yeah,
bruising is the best case scenario, McNew.
Really?
Yeah. If you look up high pressure water injuries, they are disgusting. You'll see like toes getting cut off and
really? Toe cut
off. It is not something to look at, and the blood keeps gushing because it's such a clean cut, and
clean
I would
cut.
not recommend.
Clean cut.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking because I'm just like, it's like a
YouTubing that tonight.
It is.
That's right.
That and Sarasota Tim. Yeah. Oh my God, so much going on. Sarasota Tim. Just an update for the audience. Sarasota Tim was shooting a video. He's in Nevada right now. In Nevada. And he was shooting a video showing who's by him, and just talking. This is my neighbor over here. Here's my neighbor over here. And as he went by the refrigerator, he was actually naked. So that's an update on Sarasota Tim.
Was it like the stainless steel that reflects everything?
It's like a shiny black refrigerator, and it just totally picked up the refrigerator.
Well, he felt the need to create content at that time. So
it stayed up for like 3 hours, just enough time, and then he took it down and gave the apology. Gave the apology, didn't know, and all. This.
He knew what he was doing.
Of course, yeah.
He's not sorry at all.
There's a whole cottage industry though of people that are now, do nothing but make Sarasota Tim evaluations for every video that the guy makes, and then they're charged. They're growing. It's just the most fascinating thing. It's just fascinating to me. It's a whole industry, and the guy is the most boring person in the world. And he's desperate to do anything though because he makes his money off of YouTube. That's that and Social Security, and Yeah, that's his two streams of income, and
Why do I feel like we need a Whiskey Rick episode situation like that too? The stuff that he gets into, that would be interesting.
That would be fascinating.
Whiskey Rick, yeah, he's a true character, one of the true characters for sure. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Sweat.
I'm gonna go with a new Gold Medal Award winner, Old Jet Brothers, finished in toasted French oak.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to give this one a try. Swat on the set.
We heard it. That was your best one ever.
That was audible.
Something on the set.
Yeah.
I'm trying something new over here, people. Getting away from the mic and putting it in between, trying different things.
Yeah, that worked. E.H. Taylor small batch. There we go. Swat on the set. I'm going to say Tim still has the lead. Tim still got the lead. Oh, there you go. McNew, you're next.
I'm going to let Tim have it. I have some hard truth sweet mashed fry. These corks don't do anything.
Okay. Lots of squeak. Not enough. Tim has the lead. But Darren's still to go. Darren, what do you got?
I'm going to change it up because I think it'd be a travesty to let Tim win. So... Because I was going to open the James E. Pepper decanter. Those don't make any sound. So I'm going to give this Bardstown single barrel a shot here.
Okay. There you go. That's enough.
There it is.
Darren wins. Ruins Tim dreams. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about the fact there's a new Woodford toasted out. And they can't just release the toasted bourbon. They has to have a story. We'll talk about that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Kathy Cool, and I can't wait to pet your goat. And you're listening to the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Woodford's Toasted Bourbon story.
Yes, we are. So Woodford had a terrible tragedy at the distillery. They ended up, adding some, doing something wrong. And next thing you know, this bourbon that they had ends up being toasted. They put toasted staves in there or whatever, and then it ends up with this damn stuff's toasted. They didn't plan on that, but then they're like, let's just run it. Let's just write it out. Let's see what happens. And then they tried it, and it was just the most amazing thing they'd ever tried. And now it's out there. Now it's out there where you guys can buy it for $64.99.
So, Steve, if you mind, let me give you the inside scoop that we hear from the article that was provided.
Okay.
This was created by happenstance.
Happenstance.
Happenstance. So when these toasted barrels that Woodford Reserve typically uses for its double oak bourbon, which is Woodford Reserve, then secondary age of these toasted bourbons, the barreling team mistakenly grabbed those barrels, 18 specific barrels, and put new make whiskey into that toasted barrel.
Okay, here's where it went wrong. Yeah,
that's where it went wrong. There's where the twist went. So then McCall made the right choice. Said, okay, this is a mistake. Let's give this thing a try. They let him sit for 6 years.
6 years,
and here we are, a 375 milliliter, shipped all over the distribution network. You probably see one bottle where you go, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. What a beautiful thing, I'll tell you.
Some of the best things in this world happen by accident, Steve.
Sure. I used to watch the old...
This release?
Yeah. Hershey's Reese's peanut butter cups. I used to watch the old commercials. Yeah. That was, who put their chocolate in my peanut butter? Who put their peanut butter in my chocolate? And then next thing you know, they try it, and it's just delicious. And that's how that stuff happens. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oops, too many crunch berries.
Right.
In your Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Yes,
it happens.
It happened to Captain Crunch. If
it can happen to Captain Crunch, it can happen to the fine operations over at Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
It shows that shit happens.
Yeah. Just like Unforgiven, that stuff happened there. Yeah. What are you going to do? Whoops.
It's like Fortuitous Union.
Fortuitous Union. Whoops. Look what happened.
Union. Whoops.
Yeah. Orphan Barrel? Where's the barrel? I don't know. The barrel's gone. When the barrel's gone, we'll just forget it. The
Found
barrel's
it,
gone. Oh,
found-
look what I found. I found the barrel. Oh,
Every year. Find the
yeah,
barrels.
every year they find one. Yeah, find.
I think we should be proud of Woodford for publishing that they actually made a mistake and it was an accident and they did not mean to do this.
They should be lauded. We should all buy it because they're the honesty and what they did there. Yeah,
And it's Warehouse C, by the way. It's important. Warehouse C at Woodford Reserve, the famous Warehouse C, is where it aged 6 years. So, it's tough.
All right,
Stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. Like, no, we're going to let this ride out. I'll see you guys in 6 years. I believe the last word she said as they were ending the shift that night says, I'll see you back here in 6 years. And then they all returned. They all returned.
Yes.
They came back and tried it, and they were like, this is delicious. We're going to put
Even
it out.
people that were fired still somehow let
People that were fired, they brought them back in. They were like, you were part of this, and we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back.
The nose of cinnamon graham cracker, dark cherry, and cooked banana with sprinkled nutmeg just was overpowering the crew. They said, this is exactly the time we need to do it. When they tasted that 6th year, it was brown sugar, cinnamon, raw honey, and baking spice with toasted oak.
Oh, toasted.
And warm baking spices with citrus on the finish. They knew at that time that was it.
Yeah. Yep. They're like, it tastes like crunch berries.
It tastes like crunch.
Yeah, so it brings it all together. Darren, what's on your nose? What are you doing?
It's like
Booker's
thing.
His nose right now. He's cleaning his pores.
Right.
It's where the Booker's thing always sits on there.
Booker face.
Booker face.
I don't know. I was bored. It seemed
he's bored. He's on the show. He's bored. Yeah. Yeah. Boy,
it wasn't my turn to talk, and that's how I keep myself from talking.
How about the poor audience? You're bored. Well, what about them? Yeah.
This is my mute button. It keeps me from talking over you, Steve.
Oh, perfect.
That's why it's never worked before, because I've never
had it on. We need to engage
that
more. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There's what's going on with Woodford. Get out there, get it, grab it while you can. They're not going to make another mistake like that, so get it while you can. Yeah.
No,
so,
this is true genius.
Yeah. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me putting stupid things on my noses. Nose.
On your noses. How many noses do you have?
3 at the Bourbon Adventure.
All right. Tim.
You can see me trying to find out what cooked banana with nutmeg smells like on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Bye, all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.